Hello, friends. Hello. This is part 3 in this series. This is the Solar Plexus Chakra, which is yellow, and it is located just above the navel. The solar plexus is your personal power. It talks about your self-worth and your confidence. If your solar plexus is blocked, you may experience low self-esteem. You value others' opinions way too much, and you're a people pleaser. And if you're a people pleaser, that means you're not being your authentic self. It's no way that you can please everybody and still be true to who you are. You're passive aggressive. I used to be super passive aggressive and very sarcastic. And what I realized is that being passive aggressive and being sarcastic was my way of trying to say what a problem was lightheartedly without joking. But I mean, in a joking kind of way. I don't do sarcasm anymore. I don't even tolerate people being sarcastic because quickly I'll be like, "What are you trying? Like, what are you trying to say exactly?" Right? I'm not that kind of person. I say anymore. I'm not that kind of person anymore. Blah. I say exactly what it is that's on my mind the first time. If it's even worthy of a response, I don't give everybody my energy anyway to respond, and you don't have to either. Just because people say things to you doesn't mean that you have to respond to them, okay? Because that is what energy vampires do. They try to trigger you, take your energy, lower your vibration by saying things to get you if you are unhealed, okay? If your solar plexus chakra is blocked, you're probably the type of person that procrastinates all the time. And I know too many people in this world that procrastinates. You got dreams that you want to attain. What have you done right now to start those dreams? You want to go to school, you want to travel, but you haven't even gotten yourself a passport. You haven't even went online and looked up a school. You haven't put any money aside to pay for the classes or to look for grants. Stop procrastinating. If you know you need to clean your house, you need to reorganize something in the cabinets, or you need to do laundry and your house is just full of crap, then you're procrastinating, and that means your solar plexus chakra is blocked, okay? You may have controlling behavior, be very judgmental. There's too many people on this planet that is way too judgy. First of all, the negative energy watching segments, also known as the news, that's all about judgment. They are curating judgment for you. And while they're curating judgment for you, they are siphoning your energy. Do you know how they're siphoning your energy? Because they putting something on TV like Puff Daddy, right? Some type of drama, some type of Epstein case. And what you begin to do is talk about that situation that you have absolutely nothing to do with. It's none of your daggone business. And that is lowering your energy right there. You're judging what someone else has done. Unless it affects you, you still shouldn't be judging it. But unless it affects you, it's none of your business. And you sit there and you judge and you talk about it and you're lowering your vibration and your energy is being siphoned and you don't even know it. And it really affects your mood. Pay attention to stuff like that, friends. You may be a perfectionist. You are insensitive to others. Okay, so one thing I want to say about that is that I am the type of person that I don't care what anybody else thinks. I absolutely don't give any fucks at all about anyone else's opinion, because if you're not living your life like me, then what you have to say, it doesn't matter, okay? But yet I am very respectful. I don't try to make anyone feel stupid. In fact, I will turn that around because I love teaching and I will educate you, okay, if I feel that it's warranted. But that doesn't mean you have to try and put someone down. You know, you can be tactful, okay? You may experience high blood pressure if you have a blocked solar plexus. You may have a lack of an appetite, or you may have an eating disorder. I used to be a bulimic when I was a kid. I don't know why. I was always real thin. My mother and my father are both very thin and tall. And I was in junior high school wearing a size 0, having to do the little flap on the side with a safety pin, freaking throwing up, okay? Bulimic, lack of an appetite. That was a whole blocked solar plexus and a whole bunch of other things with a lot of traumas that I had. But completely healed myself from. You may experience muscle spasms. You may have a sluggish metabolism. So I want to give everyone some advice on this. If you don't take nothing else from this video to make your life better, and I keep forgetting my Ankh people, right? If you want your metabolism, because you can have a sluggish metabolism if your solar plexus is blocked. If you're being your happier, best version starting right now, if you've looked at my other videos, that means you have a healthy, balanced diet. You're doing all the right things. I mean, you're getting sunlight, you're praying and you're meditating, you're giving God gratitude every single day. You're thanking God for these lovely fruits and vegetables that was grown on this earth. And it is nourishing your mind, body, and your spirit. And now you're your best self. So to make sure that your metabolism is not sluggish, right? Because you're being your best self, you have cut out iced beverages before every single meal. So it's a whole setup, and people do not even realize what's happening. You can look this up too. If you have an iced beverage while you're eating, that immediately halts your metabolism, because all of the acids that is built up in your digestive tract has now been slowed down, and you're about to eat. This is what you should do. Cut out any iced beverages. And anytime you go into any restaurant, they got ice water for you, or they're ready to pour you a nice Coca-Cola, right? And they filling it full of ice. And soon as you do that, and you do not need these unnecessary calories anyway, there's nothing nutritional that you are gaining from having sodas, except for that the scientists made that stuff so tasty, it has tricked your brain that you are now consuming toxic petroleum substances because you think it tastes good. That's what the scientists get paid for. Okay, that's exactly what the scientists get paid for. So now you're consuming something that is not providing any energy, any vitamins, any minerals, or any nutrients to your beautiful vessel, and your body deserves better than that. Okay. Don't have any iced beverages before any meals. So pay attention from this moment on. What you should do is when a waiter comes and they're filling it, and then you know what they always do too? They keep refilling it. It's like the bottomless freaking soda or the bottomless water. But let me ask for a cup of tea. That is not free refills. A cup of hot tea, that is not free refills. And it's just like, what are they promoting? Pay attention to it. So the next time you're at a restaurant and the waiter is filling your cup up, you're good. Do you want any beverages? No, thank you. Just give me my meal. So once you eat your meal now, without the iced beverages, you should be going to the bathroom within an hour of completing your meal, because the digestive system has done its thing. It doesn't have any roadblocks because of the iced beverage, and now your body is operating optimally. Usually what happens though is when you go to a restaurant and you're sipping on that ice water, or you're sipping on your ice Coca-Cola type beverage, and then your meal comes. Now you feel full, you feel bloated, and you're ready to go to sleep. And that is not what's supposed to be happening, okay? Your digestive system should be on fire. It shouldn't take all day for you to eat your food and digest it. You shouldn't need a nap after you finish eating. You literally just consumed energy. So why would you be tired if it was a healthy meal choice anyway? Look, I'm not up here to judge what you eat. I'm encouraging you to eat better. Eat more fruits and more vegetables than you do anything else. If you choose to eat meat, that's on you. Choose the best kind of meat. I'm sitting on the ground in this park, and I got little rocks and stuff on my little mat. Okay, how do you balance your solar plexus chakra? You go to the produce section or a farmer's market, and you eat all the foods associated with that color, which is yellow. Okay, have yellow bell peppers, have bananas, have foods that are yellow, fruits and vegetables. Wear the color yellow. And of course, get your butt in that sun, because the present you is doing all the right things, friends. You're getting sun, you're being active, you have a balanced life, a balanced diet, and you got a positive mindset. And guess what? That today version of you that's pouring in all that goodness, it's just going to be an even better, even sexier, even smarter, wiser version of you. Okay? I'm going to tell you what. If you look at this Ankh person's sad face, that's because they hear you listening to me. That Ankh person's sad face, that's drinking soda every day, that is not being active, that isn't doing the things that it needs to pour into that lovely vessel that God has given you. That sad person knows that in the future, it's going to be even sadder. And you're probably going to be hooked up with lots of medications. You probably had a surgery or two. You probably got problems going on. You got aches and pains in your body. These aches and pains don't be coming from out of nowhere, okay? These aches and pains come from neglect, from you not paying attention to your physical body. One thing I be noticing is that, you know how you see guys or females that are like super hot and they're like majorly tatted up when they're young, and then you see the older the older version of them, and now that super hot tatted body is looking like Santa Claus now, you know, and it doesn't look so great. That's because that younger version of them was doing all those things in their younger version bod. But then they stopped caring about themselves, and now they got a myriad of issues going on. Okay? What we do for ourselves today is definitely going to affect who our future version is. So let me finish this off because this video is getting longer and I'm... Anyway. A healthy version of you with a balanced sacral solar plexus chakra means you are confident, okay? You are not a people pleaser. You have inner peace. You take responsibility for yourself and for your own actions, and you respect yourself, okay? Friends, I love you so much. Show your body the respect it deserves by keeping it active, okay? Like I said, you don't need a gym membership. Wherever you live at, take your butt outside for a walk. Don't let the rain stop you either. Don't let the cold stop you either. If you like me and it's too cold, I hop on a plane and I'm going to change my daggone environment because that's what I do. But you can still be active. Be active in your home. And if you got it like that and you know you really do, you got to tap into that wealth code abundance. Get a gym membership. Hire a personal trainer. Work out with a friend. But if you decide to work out with a friend and that friend for whatever reason gets lazy, that is not your excuse to be lazy too. Oh, if your friend said they was going to do a challenge with you and then life comes up, because life always happens, and then they stop, that don't mean you get to stop. That is not your excuse because you're stronger than that. Have respect for yourself. And like I said in my video before, God said keep your word. Keep your word to God. Keep your word to yourself, not to your friend, and because they've fallen off, okay? That is the solar plexus chakra. Stay tuned for the heart chakra. Bye, friends.